Everybody to our introductory course in philosophy, Introduction to Ethics, where we will discuss what is the good, what is a good person, how do we become good people, what is the right thing to do. All right, here are some old classes a long time ago, 6 years ago. What we're going to do today in this quick presentation, introduce myself. You techies, I don't know how to use PowerPoint to record and also look at Canvas. Let me know how to do that. In modules each week, we'll talk about that. Basically, we'll have quizzes that you take right away and do over and over and over again. Discussion boards, you always want to read the discussion board questions first before you do any readings. Then you do readings and videos where you can answer the discussion board questions. That'll save you a lot of time because there's a lot of extra material in the modules that you don't have to consume. Quizzes and discussion boards will prepare you for the exams. Also, you want to be proactive and work on your papers each week. Knock those out as possible. And then lastly, we'll go over the values of the course. All right, my name is Tuffer from Cincinnati, best city on the planet, home of the Cincinnati Bengals, who should be in the Super Bowl but won't be. I'm a remote worker broadcasting now from the hills of the Rocky Mountains in Denver, Colorado. You may email me 100 times a day. You're never a bother. Don't ever say you're a bother. Email me and email me and email me. But also post your questions on the discussion board. Maybe somebody has figured out your problem and they can answer it more quickly than I will. I do love online learning. I love that. That's why I switched to online learning only, because that way I can get to know 20 of you better than I could 45 in a classroom where I'm just a wah lecturer. Okay, but I do miss real face-to-face interactions, office hours, philosophy club, and so on. Email me anytime, set up a phone meeting or WebEx through Canvas. It could just be one-on-one, or we could invite the whole class. I'd love to spend time with every single one of you this semester, if possible, to help you on papers or through discussion board questions that are confusing. They might need to be rephrased. So email me and let me know if discussion board questions are confusing or what are you talking about. Or you could get on your discussion board, ask people, where did you find this material? Let me know. All right. Here are some gratuitous pictures of your instructor in Athens, Greece, and faking teaching. Again, sorry, I can't survey the syllabus. You guys read the syllabus on your own. Email me when you find mistakes, errors, things that need greater clarification. Just email me and let me know. Also, I'm always looking to improve this class. So, pandemic people, you guys know what works and doesn't work in online education. So let me know how we can take some of the things you've seen in other classes and make it better here in ethics. All right, what's expected each module? Quiz, always take it first, take them over and over again to learn the content. Discussion board, look over the discussion board questions, see what you need to learn. And readings and videos, just consume as many as you need to answer the DB questions. And also, to save time, ask people where they found that information, that type of thing. We have 3 required textbooks. Make sure you get those. And I like paper. I don't like online versions, but you always want to take us to where you page number of the textbook where you got that. We're going to be looking at Plato, Aristotle, John Stuart Mill, and Karl Marx textbooks. I guess that's 4 textbooks required. Always work on your papers, chip away at them, be proactive. I failed a few online classes, continuing ed, because I'm not proactive. Those of you who've done online, got to set up a schedule, try to get on the discussion board every day. Chip away a few minutes each week on those papers. When you get stuck, email me, and I can answer an email, or we can set up a meeting. I always have extra videos and readings in every module, but you don't have to look at those. You can make note of them, look at them when the semester's over. But if you do look at some of those extra materials, bring them up on the discussion board. I don't, just because there's not a question that's related to that, bring it up. Say, hey, this video is in the module. You know, I thought this was interesting and applies to this. What do you guys think? Always ask questions in replies and in posts where you want feedback. The more you ask, the better. All right, discussion boards. We have 20 points possible. The first post is due Tuesday. Try to knock it out and get started. We want to think about these issues for a whole week. This stuff takes time to digest. The sooner you learn it by taking the quiz, reading over discussion board questions, watching a short video or short reading, the better you will be formulating things in your mind and evaluating. You could bring it up with your friends, family, roommates, coworkers, significant others, kids, whatever. So learning these theories, applying them earlier in the week, the better. Your first post, you have to answer one of the philosophical questions, not the fun community building question. Or have a substantial reply to a classmate. Either will count as a first post. Try to post every day, but minimum is posting over 3 days because we need time. You post, we need time to react. You need time to respond, to have a back and forth real discussion, which we can have, and is the best thing about online learning is this discussion board. Replies that will receive points are no generative AI, minimum 50 words. On the philosophical questions, I love it when you comment on everybody's fun question. That builds community, but you don't get points for those replies. Questions must be included. Minimum 50 words. Try to add a counter example. Say, hey, Tougher, what about this? Or I saw this in the movie Star Wars Episode 50. You know, what do you think about this? Is this relevant or whatever? Also, you may start your main post and go back and edit it as you do more readings throughout the week. And I'll subtract points if you don't post by Tuesday, if you don't have enough replies, if you don't post over 3 days, or you'll get a 0 if you're using generative AI. Generative AI kills a discussion board. And for the first time in 400 years, I've wanted to quit last fall when one of my favorite students told me, he's like, Tougher, this is awful. Last semester was magical. We had such community, great discussions. But now everybody's using AI. This is just stupid. It's a waste of time. That makes me want to quit. So don't use generative AI and say stuff like, wow, Molly, that was a wonderful and engaging response to Aristotle's blah, 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 blah. I'd rather you talk like hillbillies and be real, you know, than be AI Skynet bots. All right, we got 2 papers. The first one, first half of the semester, a personal problem paper. So you'll think about an issue in your life that's bothering you, where you don't know what to do. It could be relationships are great issues, bad relationships with parents, grandparents, significant others, roommates, friends, coworkers, whatever, how to solve those issues. Could be something you are doing that you want to stop doing. It could be something you should be doing but aren't doing. Something you're omitting from your life. You need to develop better habits. But I'll help you formulate those. Sometimes issues are too big or too small. If issues are too far in the future, you don't have enough information to evaluate that. So it's got to be a now or a very near future, couple months decision. Second paper will be an ethical issue paper. This is a paper you can submit to any philosophy conference if you want to go. I have 6 issues for you to choose from. There's 6 PDFs. Each PDF has 2 articles in each. One guy arguing for, another arguing against. And all you do is you're a robot. You want to type 5 to 7 page paper where you tell us what is the best argument that this person gives for chewing gum, and the other philosopher, what's the best argument she gives for not chewing gum. And then you analyze the arguments. With the philosophers, we read examples from your life of chewing gum, and then you tidy it up. You just tell us who gave the best argument and why. They're great papers, I think. All right. What stresses students is seeing all of the material in these modules. But remember, you don't have to read or watch anything. You just have to take the quiz over and over, read over the discussion board questions, and just read enough to answer those questions. Now, summer and winter quarters, I make students do reading responses instead of discussion boards because we only have 4 weeks. You could actually do these reading responses, some of which are questions on the discussion board. If you want to do the whole things, you could submit those for extra credit. All right, to cut down on work, take the quiz first, read over the DB questions. Those are the things which should guide you to read, to know what to read and watch in learning activities. I don't think that's a coherent thing right there. If you get overwhelmed, let me know. We can talk on the phone or talk through discussion board questions, your papers on WebEx. Nobody should get frustrated in here. This is an online class. We're pretty chill. All right. Besides the first week, our week's modules begin Monday at noon and they end at 11:59 a.m. So you have to get your discussion board submitted by 11:59 a.m. So I used to make classes end on Sunday nights, but I decided to give Monday mornings as a breather, just in case you get one last post done. But don't count on doing everything Monday mornings. It's too late. Flexible due dates for rough drafts, papers, and exams. Online, so I'll give you like a 2-week window to get that in. Be proactive, knock out these papers and exams. But if life gets in the way, email me if you need a couple more days and I'll work with you. Okay? So flexible due dates for rough drafts, papers, and exams, but the due dates are not flexible on discussion boards. Once that ends, 11:59 a.m. on Monday, that's it. The discussion board goes away. There's no time. It doesn't make any sense because you're talking to an empty room. We've already moved on to the next discussion board, so you're talking to yourself, and that's not a discussion. All right, our assumed objective values for the course: sharp minds, tender hearts, and the principle of charity. Sharp minds means we want to, all these kind of play in with one another. When we're reading Plato, we want to be charitable to Socrates and his arguments. We want to try to defend him the best we can. When we look at his interlocutor, Crito, we want to try to defend Crito the best we can. And we want to try to leave emotion out of it and just good critical thinking, good logical argumentative skills. Also, we need a tender heart. This is related to the principle of charity. We want to be nice to one another. So if everybody's ganging up on somebody on the discussion board, I'll jump in, defend them, but I'm not always on there. Sometimes you got to know when to quit. Just like when you're arguing with your coworkers or roommates about something, whether you go to Taco Bell or Obi's, sometimes you just got to give in and just drop it. Principle of charity, best explained by Richard Swinburne in Evolution of the Soul, prolegomena. This is we always give someone the benefit of the doubt. So when we read Socrates and Plato, we always want to give Plato and Socrates the benefit of the doubt. Assume he's saying something coherent, that he's not being hateful or mean or racist or something like that. So just like in real life, when your significant other and you are arguing, or parent or child, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt and try to, just listen. Okay, I can see that. where we don't want to name call. We want to just love everybody in here and give everybody grace. All right. That should be about it. Check out the syllabus. Email me if there's questions. This was in Walthall, Mississippi. There's me, David Chalmers, famous philosopher, and budding philosopher. All right. Thank you, guys. And give me critiques of this video. This is the first time I've recorded with PowerPoint. I usually use Active Presenter. Let me know if this is a fail. Thank you.